So it is function header. Write the definitions of function header, parameters, function body, indentation. Adul Achut, switch on the video.
And
Okay, Gauri.
in the definition of function header, the first line of the function definition that begins, right?
Yes, 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 it is begins. Correct, correct, Gauri. It's a mistake. This begins. The first line of the function definition that begins with keyword def and ends with a colon specifies the name of the function and its parameters. Adil Emmanuel, switch on the video. Okay, Emmanuel. Okay, Emmanuel. So that is function header, the first line of the function definition, it is function header. The next one, it is parameters, that is variables that are listed within the parenthesis of function header. This is also known as actual parameters.
Ma'am, we have to write down all four, right?
Uh, what Achut?
Ma'am, we have to write down only the first one or all four.
All, all the points. We already discussed all the points with the indentation. All the points we discussed, just write all the points. Parameters are also called formal parameters or formal arguments. Okay. So first one, it is function header. We already discussed the term function header. That is the first line of the function definition. First line of the function definition, it is function header. The second one, it is parameters. Parameters means it is the variables that used inside the parenthesis of a function header. That is, the variables that are used inside the brackets of a function header is known as parameters. The alternate name for parameters, it is formal parameter or formal arguments. The term, it is formal for function definition variable, formal parameter or formal arguments. Then function body, the block of statements that are used inside the function header is known as function body. The block of statements or intended statements beneath function header that defines the action performed by the function. Which action is performed by that function? That is included in function body. Then what is indentation? That is the blank space in the beginning of the statement within a block or within the function definition. Indentation is very important in the case of Python, the case of function, at the same time in the case of Python. Okay, indentation is very important. Indentation means the blank space in the beginning of statement within a block. Okay, after writing the function header, we want to give some blank space, okay. So after that, it is flow of control, flow of execution. That is, the flow of execution refers to the order in which statement are executed during the program run. During the program run, which statement execute first? That is flow of execution. We already discussed the execution, flow of execution. Then, where is it? Okay. This is flow of execution. This is the main program. This is the main program. And here we are using function call statement here. This is the function call statement. Then control moves to, oh, this is the function call statement. Here we are using only one print statement. This is the function call statement. FUNC within bracket, write the content. This is the function call statement. So the control moves to function definition. After executing all the statement inside this function definition, the control moves to the print statement. We can, if there is nothing to return, we can use this return statement only. Okay. Here we are using only the return statement without a value. We can use that statement also. So this is the flow of control. We already discussed this flow of control with example. Okay. So next topic it is, there are in function we are using two types of variables. Okay, parameter, we already discussed the term parameter. So in function we are using two types of variables. The first one, it is arguments. The first one, it is argument. Argument means the values being passed through a function call statement, or the variables that are used inside the function call statement. It is known as argument, or its name is, other name, it is actual parameter or actual argument. Okay, that is the values or the variables that are used inside the function call statement, that is known as actual parameter or actual argument, or simply we can say argument. The next one, it is parameter. Parameter means the values received inside the function definition. Function definition header. That is parameter, and its alternate names are formal parameter or formal arguments. Completed the definitions of argument or parameter.
No, ma'am.
Okay. There is no need of writing this one. Okay. Just write argument and parameters. Completed, Aditya?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then those who are completed, write the question, write a program. Write a program to multiply two numbers using function. Multiply two numbers using function. Srihari, Aryan, Emmanuel, switch on the video. Okay. Write a program to multiply two numbers using function. Aryan, how is the function header? How we can write function header?
DF
DF. Multiply
AB
within round bracket A comma B. Okay, correct, Aryan. The next statement it is? Aryan?
multiply is equal to A into B.
Okay. You are giving result as MUI. What is the resultant variable, Aryan? For
AB.
storing N.
N.
Okay. N is equal to
A into B.
A into B. Correct. Then next statement it is? Return R. Return N. Okay. So this is the function definition for multiplication. That is, first I will write the word for definition function header. It is DEF. So DEF, then after space, the function name I am giving here, it is mult. For multiplication, I am giving mult. Then within round bracket, I am giving two parameters. That means we need two operands for normal multiplication. So A and B are the two parameters here. And after that, the operation, I write the operation in the function body. This is the function body. Here I am using the statement N is equal to A into P for multiplication. And I will return the result, return N. Here I am using N because the result is stored in N. That's why I'm using N here. Okay. Then next statement. Aditya, which one is the next statement?
Int input enter the first
Yes.
number.
A is equal to int input, enter the first number. B is equal to int input, enter the second number. That is the first and second statement of the main program. For that, I am just writing A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10. I am giving static values. Okay. So A is equal. Okay.
Are we
Gauri.
allowed to write A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10? Because in function header, we have written A comma B.
Yes, it is allowed. We can give same name or we can give alternate name. No problem. Okay. So A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10. Then after that, I'm calling the function, it is mult. So, okay, Achut?
So here we are not taking the input. Instead of that, we are assigning already.
Yes, assigning is also possible in the case of, but the drawback is that if you are giving this statement like this for, I am giving this statement for simplifying the program, that only, that for that only. Okay. If I'm giving this statement for assignment statement here, we can give only one value. After running the program, we can give only one value for A. But if you are using input function, whenever we run the program, we can give alternate values for A and B. That is the purpose. Okay. So it is not the correct way. The program, it is correct, but it is not the correct way of writing the statement. We use this input statement for inputting the value. If we are giving this A is equal to assignment statement, we can give only, at a time, we can give only this value only. Then after first running, if we want to change the value, we can remove this value and change another value. That is the problem. But if we are using input function, all the time when we are running, we can give alternate values. Okay. So here I am giving A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 15. Instead of this statement, you write A is equal to int input, just like that. Okay. And also B is equal to int input. Okay. So A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 15. Then the function call statement, I'm using print within bracket, I'm using mult A comma B. We can use same variable here and here. And also we can use different variable. Here I can use X and Y, and here I can use A and B. There is no problem, but the number of parameters must be same. If I am using two parameters here, here also we need two parameters. Okay. If in function call statement, two parameters are there, then in function definition also two parameter is compulsory. We cannot use two parameters here and one parameter here. Some situation is there, we can use that purpose also. I will explain that case in next topic. Okay. In a normal program, if we are using two parameters in function call or function definition, you must use the same number of parameters in both the function call and function definition statements. Okay. So this is print mult A comma B. So here we are discussing about this formal parameter and actual parameter. Okay. So actual parameter means, or actual argument means, or simply argument means the statements which are used in function call statement. Okay. Here A and B is called actual parameter or actual argument or simply argument. So the parameters or arguments that are used inside the function call statement, that variables are known as actual parameter. Here A and B is known as actual parameter. Okay, so the variables that are used inside the function call statement, it is known as actual parameter or simply arguments or actual arguments. Arguments, actual parameters. Okay, then here we are using in function definition, we are using A and B. Here A and B is known as formal parameter or formal arguments. Simply we can call parameter, formal parameter or formal arguments. Okay, so this is the difference between actual parameter and formal parameter. Actual parameter means the parameters that are used inside the function call statement, or the variables that are used inside the function call. This is the function call statement. Mult a comma b. This is the function call statement. So A and B, that is, which are the variables used inside this function call statement. Those variables are known as actual parameter or actual argument or simply arguments. Then what about the next one? It is formal parameter or formal arguments. That is the variables which are used inside the function definition or function header. This is the function definition. This is the function header. The function definition begins with function header. So the variables that are used in the function header, it is known as formal parameter. Okay. So next, write the heading. It is passing parameters. Passing parameters. Python support 3 types of formal arguments or parameters. Python supports 3 types of formal arguments or parameters. The first one, it is positional argument, or it is also known as required arguments. Positional argument or required arguments. When the functions call statement, it's not functions call, function call statement must match the number and order of arguments as defined in the function definition. Defined in the function definition, this is called the position argument matching. When the function call statement must match the number and order of arguments as defined in the function call function definition. This is called the position argument matching. For example, here I'm using a definition. It is function definition. It is okay. Okay, Achut, it's not completed. Okay. Completed, Achut?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for example, here I am using a function check. What is the name of this first line, Shivani? Shivani? What is the name of this first line? What is the name of this A, B, and C? Shivani?
Formal parameter.
Yes, it is formal parameter. Here it is formal parameter. Correct, Shivani. Here, the name of this first sentence, it is function header. Okay, Shivani? Okay, so diff check A comma B comma C. Here I am using three parameters, A, B, and C. So I can call this check function using these three function call statement. Okay, these are the three function call statement we can use for this function definition. These three are based on position. Okay, so check X, Y, Z. Here I am using three variables, three values, that is three variables. So the number and order must be same. The number of arguments in definition and function call is same, and the order is also same. Okay. So first you write this statement. After that I will explain.
Ma'am,
Okay, Achut?
the semicolon on the second line really there?
Here. This one, Achut?
Yeah. Can you
This one I'm just writing that, etc. Some statements are there. For that purpose I'm writing. Okay. Function body is there. So for this check function, the possible function call for this can be three function call statements. Completed? Alvin, switch on the video. Alvin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, switch on the video. Where is Alvin? Okay. Manuel, Aryan, Dia, switch on the video. Okay. So the three possible function call statements are check X, Y, Z. Here we are using three variables, that is three values that which are variables. So in function call statement, number of arguments, here it is 3, it is same as in function header. If you are using 3 parameters here, you must use 3 parameters here also. Okay, in normal situation. Some other situation is there. So in normal situation, number of arguments in function call statement and function definition statement must be same. So if I am using 3 parameters here, I want to use 3 arguments here. If I am using X, Y here, it's an error. Because here we are using 2 arguments, but here we need 3 parameters. So here it is an error. Okay, then, so the number and order is also same. Here there is no problem with the order, that is X is assigned to A, Y is assigned to B, and Z is assigned to C. That is the order. Number same and order is also same. Okay, X is for A, Y is for B, and Z is for C. That is the first function call statement. That is 3 literals are used, or 3, not literals, 3 variables are used. Okay. Then in the case of second function call, the first one is a value. That value is known as literal. What is literal? This is from the first chapter. There are different types of literals. Integer literal, float literal, string literal, collection literals, bool literal. Okay, this from the first chapter. That is literal means constants, constant value. If here I am giving integer constant, that is integer literal. So I am giving 8.1, it is floating literal, float literal. So I am giving AB, that is string literal. Then if it is 1 or 2, it is bool literal. If I am giving a list, it is collection literals. Okay. So these are the different literals. So here literal means constant value. Constant. The duplicate name for literal, it is constant. So here I am using one constant value, it is 2. So 1 literal and 2 variables. We can use 2 literal and 1 variable. Okay. So this is the second function call statement. Means in function call statement, we can use a set of literals and variables. The first function call statement, we are using only variables. That is X, Y, Z. In the second function call statement, we are using some literals. Here I am using only 1 literal and 2 variables. We can use 2 literal and 1 variable. Okay. We can use a combination of literals and variables in function call statement. So the order is 2 is assigned to A. We cannot assign 2 to B. That is the order. Okay. So 2 is number is same and the order is also same in the case of function call and function definition. So 2 is assigned to A, X is assigned to B, Y is assigned to C. Okay, that is the second statement. What's the time? Oh, it's 40.